Good morning, Mr. Watve.
Good morning.
I understand that your organization, Wilo Mather Platt, has recently signed a very innovative settlement, or rather the process of signing, negotiating or concluding the settlement was very innovative. Will you tell us something about it?
I think it was a milestone in Wilo Mather Platt's labor relation history, I would say. The whole concept started with the first innovation was no charter of demand. And I think this was something which was unique.
Wow.
Wherein the union as well as the management both agreed that we must sign a settlement without a charter of demands from both sides. Because the principle of settlement has to be sustainability from both sides. One is the organization has to remain healthy, profitable. At the same time, the labor should earn their wages well enough, not only to survive but also to thrive, because they have also aspirations and that also have to be met. But it cannot be one-sided, so it has to be both-sided. And that's how the discussions went on. So the concept of I would say labs which we took for the union members as well as the management team to understand the concept of most. The process labs were done to understand today's MOP levels,
which is measure of performance.
It's measure of performance, which is when you pay 8-hour salary, how many minutes are you really engaged? That's the measure. And the more you are engaged, obviously the output reflects. So the process labs were conducted, and while we did that, we also learned that so many inputs are required from the management side and at the same time from the labor side or the union side, wherein the productivity from both sides can be then enhanced to a greater level. So that MOP concept was well understood by both. So, and after 12-13 minutes meetings, I think we reached kind of a conclusion wherein we decided on some kind of a fixed price. And then we also agreed on certain variable price, which was linked to MOP. While doing so, we also agreed on certain non-productive concepts which have to be eliminated. And which were prevailing in this organization for years together. I think we don't have to blame anybody, but they were there and they had to be taken out
they
as a part
in every organization.
And so we had to take them out also, for which a consensus was required. And this consensus means a lot of I would say daring from the union leaders also, because they have to go convince their members to accept the changes. And in that, I think Mr. Shrotri also played a very, very vital role in advocating them or channelizing their energies in the rightful way. Our teams also played a pivotal role in the team consisted of our HR head and then the industrial relation, the production head. So everybody was there. So all of them also contributed in the meaningful way. And when the last point was to be bridged, of course, there will be something where people get stuck. So that was the last meeting. In the last meeting, we decided that we put our mobiles in off. We focus on, we list down the problems which are hindering the process of signing. And one by one, those problems were understood from both the sides. And a consensus was reached in that meeting, signed, completed, and I think it was 11 o'clock in the night. We signed it and
oh, lovely.
And we finished it, because we said that once you take a task, it must be taken to a conclusive meaning. Otherwise, there would be only chance of getting the diversions from different angles to the meaningful settlement, which we didn't want. So in a way, I would say this was unique in industrial way. There was no industrial unrest, there was no slogans, there was no miscommunications. It was on MOP based. It was agreed to implement most, eliminate wasteful practices, and at the same time giving substantial rise to the union.
What was the rise like?
The rise, you can split it in two parts. One was
Yeah.
fixed and one was variable.
Yeah.
So in the fixed, it is 5-digit figure.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a bit above 10,000.
10,500.
Okay.
Yeah, and then there's a MOP linkage.
Okay.
And the MOP linkage is in steps. In the first 6 months, what you achieve
Yeah.
would form the base for the next year.
Okay.
And what you achieve in the next year will formulate the base for the next year.
Okay.
And then one more unique concept which we agreed was the gross profit which we earn.
Huh.
We have decided certain percentage, wherein there's a share, major share goes to the shareholder. Then it goes for the capital equipments or improvement in the facility.
Yeah.
And then some portion has to be also distributed to the people. Now we agreed first time on the gross margin, some percentage distribution as a principle
Okay.
to the unionized workmen also. So they are bound by the gross margin that the organization earns. So
Okay.
organization's health is,
Yeah.
or wealth is also
Organization's
shared.
Wealth is shared.
Wealth is shared,
Okay.
and the
This
health
is
is
what-
protected,
Oh,
because
lovely.
if they don't produce or if they don't perform,
Yeah.
the gross margin will not be earned. So they won't have anything to share.
Yeah. But this is in addition to the variable.
It's in addition to that.
Oh,
It's in addition to that.
That's quite a path-breaking settlement.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.